A very pleasant morning to all my dear children. Welcome back to English Online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you all doing, children? I hope you all are doing great. Yes? Okay, children, let's begin our today's session. Today, let's deal with lesson 5, Tanzane from our supplementary reader text, A Pact with the Sun. Let's listen to a musical story. Musical story in the sense, the story of one of the greatest musicians India has produced. And his name is Tanzane. So Tanzane is one of the Navaratnas in an emperor's court. So what do you mean by Navaratnas? Navaratna means 9 gems. Personalities who has extraordinary talents. So why he was included in such a group in Navaratna? Because of his talent in Hindustani classical music. He was a prominent figure in Hindustani classical music. He has composed several ragas. That's why he was included in the group Navaratnas. So now let's move on to our story. Tanzane was the only child of Mukundan Mishra and his wife, and he was very naughty. And he would spend his time in the forest. He used to go to play in the forest. And he doesn't simply roam about in the forest, okay? What he does in the forest is, he doesn't waste his time. What he does is that he tries to imitate the calls of birds and animals, the voices of animals and birds, okay? He tries to imitate their sounds. We human beings, we can communicate through words, right? Or we can make use of our gestures, our hand movements, or our facial expressions and all. But how does the animals communicate to each other? How do they communicate? Through sounds, right? Through sounds, or they also make some sort of gestures to communicate with their group, right? So if they want to warn about any danger, or they want to tell about the location of any food and all, what they do? They make sounds, right? It's how they communicate. So Tanzane in the forest, he learned to imitate. Imitate means just copy the sounds of animals and birds perfectly. So he often goes to the forest. Then one day, Swami Haridas was a famous singer. Swami Haridas, along with his disciples means his followers or his students, they were walking through the forest.
अजर झरे रस
Okay, they were walking through the forest, and after a long journey they were very tired and exhausted, so they decided to settle down under a shady grove. Grove means a group of trees, okay? They decided to settle down under the trees, and at that time our Tanzane, naughty Tanzane, saw them and he told, they're strangers, so let's frighten them. So he decided to frighten those strangers. Strangers means someone new, right? Someone new to that place. So he told, they are strangers and it would be very fun to frighten the strangers. And what did he do to frighten them, to terrify them? You know, he roared like a tiger. He made the sound of a tiger, and they were very frightened, and out of fear they scattered. They scattered means they spread out in different directions. They tried to run away in different directions. At that time, their guru or their master, Swami Haridas, stopped them and told them, tigers are not dangerous always. So let's look out for that tiger. So they were all searching for that tiger, and at last, one of the disciples, he found a boy hiding behind a tree. So he told to his master, Master, it's not a tiger who frightened us, but it's a naughty boy. Hearing this, Swami Haridas did not punish him. Why? Because he was really impressed. He was really impressed by the skill, by the talent, or by the ability of his imitation of the voices of animals and birds, of the sounds of animals and birds. He was really greatly impressed by the talent of Tanzane. So he met Mukundan Mishra, Tanzane's father, and told him that your son is naughty, but he is highly talented. So let him come along with me, and I assure you that I will make him a good singer. So his parent or his father allowed him, allowed Tansen to go with Swami Haridas. And it was at the age of 10 that he went along with Swami Haridas, and he spent 11 years of his life with Swami Haridas. He learnt music and eventually he became a great singer. And it is at that time his parents dies. His parents dies, and the last wish of his father Mukundan Mishra was that Tansen should meet Muhammad Ghaus of Gwalior, because his father Mukundan Mishra was also devoted to this person, to this holy person Muhammad Ghaus. Holy person means a spiritual person, a person who is so pure and who upholds high moral values. So he spent his life with Muhammad Ghaus. Thereafter he spent his life with Muhammad Ghaus, and he often had chances to visit the court of Mrignaini, and there he met me. A court means it is the official home of kings and queens. It's a royal court, not the court that is nearby us where there are judges and lawyers, but this is royal court, And he was often taken to the royal court of Mrignaini, and there he met one of the ladies of the court and he married her, and her name is Hussaini. And with Hussaini he had 5 children, and they were all having talents. They all had musical talent. At that time, Tansen also became very famous, and Emperor Akbar, the Emperor of India, often had chances to listen to the music of Tansen, and he was really impressed. Emperor Akbar was really impressed by the singing of Tansen, and he insisted means he demanded forcefully. He put a demand that you should join our court, means Akbar's court. Tansen joined Akbar's court in 1556, and he soon became the favorite person of Emperor Akbar. How did we know that he became the favorite person of Emperor Akbar? Emperor Akbar would summon or would call Tansen to the court quite often and make him sing day and night. Sometimes Emperor Akbar would directly go to Tansen's house and listen to him practice music, and he would also give presents. Seeing all this, the courtiers in the Akbar's court, courtiers means the persons who are there in the court. It can be the ministers, it can be the persons who assist the king. So the courtiers, they were really jealous of Tansen. So what did they decide? They decided to make a plot against him. So they decided to ruin him. Ruin him means they decided to destroy him at any cost. Only then they will have peace of mind. Only then they can take rest. So Shaukat Mian had a bright idea, had a brilliant idea to ruin Tansen. And what was that brilliant idea, children? He decided that he will make Tansen sing Raga Deepak. Deepak, the Hindi meaning is that it's a light or it's lamp. So they all know Tansen is a very good singer, excellent singer. So when he sings Raga Deepak in the right way, what happens is that the entire surroundings, the entire atmosphere will get hotter, it will get warm, and it will be unable to survive in that atmosphere. Ultimately, what will happen to Tansen, the person who is singing, he will be burnt to ashes. He will die when he finish or when he complete the singing of Raga Deepak. So they decided to make him sing Raga Deepak, and they approached Emperor Akbar and told him that, see Emperor, our Tansen, he doesn't sing well. I don't think he will perform well, or he can sing well. Let us test him whether he can sing well or not. So Emperor Akbar is pretty much sure that Tansen sings very well. He says that Tansen can sing any ragas because he sings very well. But still, I agree to your decision, and he calls Tansen and says that you will have to sing Raga Deepak before us. So Tansen, as it was the order of Emperor Akbar, he couldn't disobey the orders of Emperor Akbar, and he agreed to the request of Emperor Akbar, and he said that he will surely sing. Okay, but he he had a condition, he has a condition that he told that I need some time to prepare for this music, okay? I need some time to prepare for this Raga Deepak. So then he went home and informed his wife that when he sings Raga Deepak, the lamps will get lighten up, means the lamps will get alight. Alight means it will burn, the lamps over there will burn, and he will also die. So the only way to solve this problem is that he will make his daughter Saraswati and her friend Rupavati to sing Raga Megh. Megh in Hindi it means clouds. So when they sing Raga Megh, what will happen? It will start raining. So when it starts raining, you all know what happens to the atmosphere, right? It will get wet. He decided to teach his daughter and her friend. Then he taught his daughter and friend, and within 2 weeks they learned how to sing Raga Megh. So Tansen taught the girls to sing Raga Megh, and he taught them within 2 weeks, and by practicing it day and night. And he also told to the girls that they should start singing Raga Megh only when the lamps start burning. Only then they have to start their singing. And finally that day approached. On that appointed day, according to the legends or according to the stories, the people of that town gathered over there. They assembled over there to listen or to hear to the music of Tansen. And when he started singing, what happened is the entire atmosphere was heated. And the people who gathered over there, they were sweating. They were bathing in perspiration. Bathing in perspiration means they were sweating very badly. And the leaves of the trees dried up due to the heat, and it fell down to the ground. And what about the birds? And the birds that were flying in that direction, they also fell dead to the ground. And the rivers, the water in the rivers started boiling. So this was the consequences after singing of Raga Deepak. Okay, these were the consequences that were happening when he started singing Raga Deepak. So after that, the lamps also started burning. When the lamps started burning, the girls started their singing. Saraswati and Rupavati started singing Raga Megh. When Raga Megh was sung, what happened? The rain started. Okay, it started raining and the whole atmosphere got wet. And it was said that Tansen became very ill after this incident. He became very ill. And our Emperor Akbar, he was very sorry for this incident because Tansen had to suffer a lot during this incident. And what did he do? Emperor Akbar punished his enemies, okay? Punished Tansen's enemies. Tansen was there in Akbar's court till 1585, the year he died, okay? And his tomb is in Gwalior. Tomb means the place where important persons are buried, where a stone statue will be built up for that persons. Okay, where they are buried. Then it has become a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage, people make a visit to special places to pay their homage, to pay their respect. So it has become a pilgrimage for pilgrims and all. I hope you understood the story of Tansen, isn't it, children? Yes. So go through the lesson once more, read the lesson once more, okay? And do download the notes that are attached, do attempt the test. That's all for today. Thank you, children.